This is playing at the highest level. This is winning at the highest level. This is practicing at the highest level. This is training at the highest level. And this is the Hoopstudy Coaches and Trainers Academy, where the best athletes, coaches, and trainers come together to grow their game. It's also where you'll find Coach Phil Martelli's live Zoom, where he met with the Academy members to share his wisdom with them. Let's listen in on this story from his masterclass.
October 15th, 1979, I was a head high school coach in Philadelphia. We practiced that day for 3 hours and 15 minutes. On that day, I taught them everything I know about basketball. I had nothing left, and I had no plan. And I would practice this way. We would be practicing. I can remember the day. We were practicing, and I was thinking in my head, we better go work on blocking out at the other end. And we would walk down the other end, block out. While we were blocking out, I'd say, oh, you know what? Probably today I should put it in an out of bounds play. And I would walk down the other end, put it in an out of bounds play. And then while I was doing the out of bounds play, I was like, oh, I guess now it's time to put it in zone. I would go down the other end and do zone. 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I went home. And halfway through the night, one of my eyes popped open and I just couldn't get back to sleep. 2 hours later, both eyes wide open. Another half hour later, I was crying in my bed because I didn't know what I was going to teach them the next day. And I faked it. And there I was, 23 years old, head high school coach. All I wanted to do was coach in the Philadelphia Catholic League. I was a head coach because somebody told me I was the head coach. And that team was my only high school team that did not make the playoffs. And in Philadelphia, that's a badge of honor to make the playoffs. And we didn't make the playoffs. And not because I didn't have good players. They had a lousy coach. Ill prepared. Fast forward that summer, I'm working at the basketball camp run by Kathy Rush, who's a Hall of Famer, won national championships at Immaculata. And Kathy said, how was it? I said, Kath, it's all I've ever wanted to do. Since I was 9 years old, or ninth grade, all I wanted to be was a head high school coach in the Philadelphia Catholic League. And I was really lousy at it, Kath. I don't know if I want to do it. And she said, let me see your plan. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see your master plan. I said, I don't have a master plan. She said, let me see your weekly plan. I said, I don't have a weekly plan. She said, well, let me see one of your practice plans. I said, I don't have a practice plan. I did everything flying around the gym and we got nothing accomplished. She sat me down and she took me through what I took you through. Here's your master plan. Write it up. Here is your master plan. Here is your weekly plan. And here's your daily plan. From that day forward, I never went on a basketball court if we were on there for 15 minutes or 2 hours and 15 minutes, whether it was the day before a game, an NCAA game, a walkthrough. I sketched out every minute of what I wanted to get accomplished. And somewhere, probably at home in Media, PA, I have boxes of my practice plan. And I prided myself on that. And when people would come to see us practice, they would say, man, this is really organized. And I would say, thank you. That meant more to me than, oh, you played really hard, or I love the teaching on the zone offense, or any of that. The fact that I did not waste those players' time, because we are all responsible. There's two messages in there. No one wants to follow someone that doesn't know where they're going. So the first year, I didn't know where I was going. No one wanted to follow me. And rightfully so. They only did it because I was the coach, not I was the good teacher. And the second thing that we are all responsible for, we can never be accused of wasting people's time. The world that these kids are growing up in is next, 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 next. And when we have them, just like that great classroom teacher, we're going to enthrall them, not entertain them. We're going to enthrall them for 50 minutes, for an hour and 15 minutes. Whatever it is, we want to be in position to make it special. And at the end of the year, we want our oldest players to say, if I could do it again, I would do it again. That's a tribute to you. Not wins, not losses, not nets, not rings, not championship trophies. But if your oldest players are walking away from the program and saying, I would do that again, it's because you gave them an organized experience.